Open wide. We're going to put it all in. Oh, there's just no end. There's no end.
Surprise, motherfucker.
There's no end to the stupidity. Well, I'm finally going to talk about some nutrition. I mean, there's that. I mean, things are looking up a little bit there, right? So, I came across this story. You know, when I was looking for something that wasn't related to the economic collapse or fucking the war, World War III, you know, all the shit that I'm just exhausted hearing about at this point, especially since, you know, I'm still in the stock market. I'm out of crypto, but, you know, that's that. But I came across this story where they are now looking to feed crickets to school children in the UK. Yeah, well, I don't know if it's the UK. Wherever the fuck Wales is. Shows you how worldly I am. But it was the Daily Mail from the UK that published the story. I'll leave a link to the story in the description if you feel like a good read, but I'm going to go over some of it here. Would you eat bug bologna? Primary school children in Wales could be offered edible insects, including mealworms and crickets, as scientists urge the next generation to embrace eco-friendly meat substitutes. Greta Thunberg would be fucking proud. You know, this is one of the reasons we're fucked right now. I don't know if you understand this, but you know, some parents have woken up to the fact that they're indoctrinating your kids in school. You're not parenting your kids anymore. You're not even allowed to, I don't think. I think they'll come take your kids if you try and teach them anything other than the fucking narrative. But that being said, this is how they got you. This is how we are where we are. This is why we had all of the bullshit that went down in 2020. It's why we have all the bullshit going down right now. Now, there is a large anti-woke awakening going on in the country, I feel like, right now. Well, it's about time, but it's a little late. But they haven't changed their tactics, and no one's really addressing it. You know, we're not changing the way things are. So they're going to continue to push these ideologies onto your children. Now, it's been a while since I ripped on the vegans, you know, but apparently the Impossible Burger didn't go down well in schools. I'm guessing. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing this shit. You know, because now we're gonna slaughter insects in the name of lowering our fucking carbon footprint. It's just stupid. It's basically benefiting the rich. You know, if you eat insects, they get all the meat. That's how that works. You understand that? You think Bill Gates isn't eating meat? You know, he might tell you he's not. I guarantee you, if you looked at him, he's eating meat. All right. You know, they're buying up all the farmland. They're drying up and destroying all the soil. You know, they're using up all the water, especially out west here in the U.S. And this is what you're going to be eating in about 20 years. That's my prediction. You know, it's going to take 20 years to indoctrinate your children to believe that this is the only way mankind can survive, even though mankind has been eating meat since the dawn of time. You know, since he was able to fucking go club something with a rock because he was hungry, that's how long mankind's been eating meat. He wasn't chipping down fucking bananas. I mean, he did, but they were only ripe once a year, so you had to fucking go and club something while you waited. You know? A lot of people don't understand that. You know? Go out in the woods and try one of your ideologies out and tell me how it works out. I mean, really. Go out there and just eat plants and crickets and shit. Tell me if you're able to sustain yourself in a fucking eco-friendly way. Anyways, let me. I'm sure I'm gonna get triggered. This is a triggered video, but you know, I hear that's what you guys like. It's just I'm pissed off in a Prius instead of being pissed off in the truck. Alright, what do we got here? Scientists hope to feed children the products made from insects. Oh, that's good. Science for you. Yeah, that's not corrupt at all. Dr. Fauci's probably behind that shit. You know, or Bill Gates, 'cause he's a scientist, right? The last I heard. I mean, he knows more about you, your health, than a doctor, because, you know, Microsoft and shit. This could include bug protein bologna. Edible crickets and mealworms. Now, before you get grossed out, make no mistake, it isn't going to come to you in the form of the cricket. All right, you're going to have like cricket Pop-Tarts, cricket donuts, cricket cookies, you know, mealworm Impossible burgers. You know, they're going to take the Impossible burger formula and apply that to it. So it won't look like the fucking motherfucker going in. So at least you don't have to look at these things and be like, oh, crunch, crunch, yay, it's fucking great. Tastes great. You know, eating crickets isn't a new thing, by the way. Third world countries been doing it forever. Well, guess what? We're going to be a third world country. We got to start learning and teaching the kids to eat when all of the fucking economy's evaporated and everything's just a pile of fucking rubble from all the wars we're going to fight in the process of this fucking great reset. But, you know, at least we're learning ahead of time how to survive and get all of your amino acids and all of your, you know, proteins, you know, in this high quality food that has really been around for years, but suddenly we're just gonna start eating it, you know. Granted, things that have been eaten in third world countries mainly because they couldn't fucking get meat, you know, or meat was just out of their price range. Well, that's the next best thing when you're broke. Guess what? You know, I guess you could just eat plants and wither away, or you could sit there and get you some nice fucking crickets and worms and scorpions or whatever other exotic shit you get in third world countries. But, you know, it is what it is there. I suppose we got to live somehow when everything's gone, when the food shortages really take over. So, yeah, oh, well, we're preparing the youth to survive in the world tomorrow. I look at it that way. This might be a good thing, you know, teaching them survival skills that they're going to need when they're in the wilderness. Oh yeah, it's okay, you can eat crickets when there's no other food around. It's you know, prepare now. I wonder if you can preserve crickets. I'm sure you can, you know. Get a big bucket of crickets for when the fucking apocalypse happens. This could include bug protein, but okay, I already read that. They hope to gauge their opinion on environmental issues surrounding food. Okay, it's back to the cow farts, people. You know, except for all them dead cows they just filmed on Twitter the other day. You know, I don't think they're farting anymore. I'm pretty sure your carbon footprint goes down when you fucking die. So, you know, I don't know how long till they figure that out. But, you know, it is what it is. It's all about the environment. Greta Thunberg, you know, you're gonna, you know, pretty soon they'll be fucking saying you gotta eat your own shit because it's sustainable. Well, yeah, but it'll be sustainable because you'll die and then the carbon footprint will go down, you know, but the planet will be okay. Well, I got news for you. The planet's gonna be here after we're gone. And the way we're working it, it's not gonna be too long. The Cardiff University and UWE teams will survey kids, parents, and teachers. The project aims to educate families. You mean, you spelled indoctrinate wrong, Daily Mail. You gotta be more accurate in your fucking reporting. The project aims to indoctrinate families on nutritional benefits of edible insects. and just for shits and grins, you should go Google crickets as food. You're just going to get all kinds of propaganda on the benefits of eating crickets. It's all vegan propaganda. It's all about the carbon footprint. It's not about the nutrition. They say it's about the nutrition, and they got science that says apparently you can get all of your amino acids, your B12, you know, all of the nutrients that are lacking in a vegan diet, ironically, you can supposedly get from eating crickets. So if you're a vegan and you're fucking got like tons of supplements, you just start growing crickets and eating that shit. You know, it's a living thing you got to kill, but you know, it's only because your diet's not sustainable. But don't worry, like I said, they'll make cookies, they'll make cakes, you know. The capitalist fucking food companies will get a hold of it and throw it all kinds of sugar and fucking all kinds of other shit that has absolutely nothing to do with the carbon footprint, you know. I'm sure we're taking that into account. I'm sure your crickets will be hauled to your local grocery store by an electric truck, you know, because we can afford that. Let's just talk about carbon footprint hypocrisy for a minute there. Oh, shit. Researchers are planning to feed bugs like house crickets, mealworms to children between ages 5 and 11 in 4 primary schools in Wales. Make no mistake, this is coming to a school near you. I mean, look what they did in New York City schools for the whole fucking Impossible Burger shit. You know, the whole Vegan Monday or whatever the fuck the hell. You know, they're totally going to indoctrinate your children. And then, you know, we'll have a vegan society. I'm sure that won't impact the environment or health in any negative way. We'll live in a much better, happier, healthier society once everybody's eating fucking crickets and worms. You know, it'll be much better for our health. I'm sure they've studied this, you know. I'm sure there's a study going on right now as we speak where they're figuring, you know, where they're feeding one fucking group crickets and the other group fucking meat, and they're gonna come up with all kinds of cherry-picked data on why the meat group is less healthier than the fucking other group, you know, because that's the quality of our science nowadays. I'm sure they won't skew the data or omit certain things that make the crickets look bad, you know, like that they carry parasites or anything like that, you know. I'm sure they'll be very thorough when they do these scientific studies. The project, led by academics from Cardiff University and the University of West England, will also involve surveying primary school children to find out their attitudes to environmental issues and how they translate into views of the food they eat. In other words, they're going to indoctrinate your children to associate cows with the environment failing, you know, not the trillions of fucking cars on the road spewing their fucking, you know, carbon monoxide into the air, and, you know, not, you know, the fact that we're all farting and breathing and multiplying. Well, we're multiplying a little less nowadays, you know, the whole, you know, relationship and family breakdowns leading to a lower population. But, you know, can you tell I'm in a mood today? Oh, fuck. From this, they wish to find the best way of indoctrinating the younger generation and their families on the environmental and nutritional benefits of edible insects, and in turn, cut global meat consumption. That's the goal, people, and they're gonna do it whether you fucking like it or not. You know, you could talk all the shit you want. I'm not gonna eat that shit, I'm just gonna eat meat. Well, when the meat costs $50 a fucking pound and you make fucking $200 a week equivalent, adjusted for inflation, of course, and then you got to put gas in your car to drive to the fucking store to buy the shit, you aren't going to be eyeballing that fucking ribeye anymore. No, that cricket burger's going to start to be like, well, I mean, it looks like meat, but I'm sure we're saving the fucking planet. Oh, my God. And there's an excerpt in this article, why we should eat insects. Let's hear about how healthy it is, you know. Vegetable police, you should pay attention to this. I feel like this should be the next fucking thing you try. Not that he watches my shit. There are some 2,000 edible insects worldwide, many of which may be high in protein, such as the black soldier fly larva, mealworms, crickets, and locusts. Oh yeah, let's eat some fucking locusts. That's got some Silence of the lamb's fucking shit right there. All right, these bugs are thought to offer a more sustainable alternative to traditional proteins found in meat and soy. Oh, so you finally figured out the soy is unhealthy for you, also sprayed with fucking Monsanto's taint all over your fucking food, and you're just eating that shit and developing all kinds of digestive issues, all kinds of allergies, all kinds of autoimmune problems, but I'm sure crickets have no bad side effects whatsoever. That must be the reason we haven't fucking just been eating crickets this whole time. I mean, it's not like we didn't have them available. It's not like people have never starved before and been like, oh, well, maybe I can eat that fucking cricket. There's a reason that only the poor seem to be eating it, and that's because they couldn't get the meat, because it was all at Arby's. They got the meats. Pretty soon they're gonna have the crickets. Oh, and this is in progress right now.
Surprise,
They've got companies farming crickets as we speak. The production pipeline it's soon to be on the Walmart sustainable shelf near you. You're gonna completely save the fucking planet. Start eating your crickets today. Fuck, don't even wait. Just go out into your yard, start catching the motherfuckers. Cook yourself a nice cricket fucking sandwich later. You might need to weigh it down with some fucking flavoring, or I don't know, grind them up or something. Maybe make a cricket smoothie or mealworms. Something. It's not locusts. I mean, what is that? Every 7 years, locusts come out, and then we can eat their ass too. Our world is doomed. Our world is doomed. I'm reading this and I'm understanding why everything is a shit show now. Why gas is so high, why the economy's failing, why our government is completely inept and stupid, and why we're just gonna fall apart. It's because this is how we think now. This is how top minds and scientists are coming up and spending their time. This is the problem they're solving. None of the other fucking problems that are really destroying our life. No, we're gotta worry about them fucking cows, because they're high on the list of things that destroy the environment right now. Not the microplastics or the fact that the recycling was a lie and we're dumping our fucking pollution on other countries. Just look at Canada, who sends all of their recycled plastics to Indonesia, and of course it just ends up in landfills in Indonesia, and then they're all going through all kinds of health and environmental problems. But at least Canada looks pretty right now. It is what it is there. I mean, it's that kind of hypocrisy is at work, and now those people want you to eat fucking crickets. I mean, they've given up on you though. They're making your kids do it. They're teaching your kids this shit. All right, and then you wonder why the world's fucked. All right, because these kids in about 20 years, that's my timeline, are gonna come up. They're gonna start running shit. Hopefully, I'll be dead by then. I don't want to live to see this to be the thing. All right, so we'll just leave that at that. But mark my words. 20 years from now, this is your world. That's if we make it. And then that's debatable at this point. Oh, man. AI products offered will receive novel foods, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Young people's voices are becoming increasingly prominent in discussions in environmental futures. Well, it's okay to listen to them about the environmental future while you have robbed them of every fucking penny they'll ever earn in their life. Congratulations on being concerned about the right fucking things. They won't be able to feed their family if they even have a family, because, they don't know whether or not they should have a family. I mean, because families aren't sustainable for sure. I mean, you can't have kids because there's fucking carbon footprints and shit. But we're not concerned about any of that. We're concerned about global warming, which could be a thing. Whether or not we in our glory have caused it, I am more concerned with the destruction of the environment than the fucking global warming phenomenon. The Earth has a cycle it'll go through to take care of that. We'll have an ice age soon enough. But that being said, I'm more concerned with the complete destruction of all of our water, all of our soil, all of our forests. We're just destroying the environment. Doesn't matter how fucking hot it is. If you burn everything to the ground, if the fucking entire agricultural sector becomes a fucking desert, and even the crickets die because they're taking away all their food. You know, I mean, it's shit. This is a great world we live in right now. I'm loving it. I'm ready. I got my fucking popcorn. I'm gonna watch this shit, you know, go down in my old age and be like, yep, I told you. Just remember, I told you. But there is little research on how these values translate into food consumption attitudes and practices among children. They're really going after your kids. You know, this is a horrible time to bring a child into this world. Unless you're going to homeschool them and go live in the mountains somewhere where you can eat all the meat you can kill. You know, but don't worry, because now you know if you can't find that meat while you're out in the wilderness, just go and get you some crickets. You should be making crickets. I've never seen that on a survival show. I've seen insects get eaten, but it was opportunistic and they were already fucking starving to death. You know, so they're like, oh, I'm gonna just eat that cricket. It's got vitamin C in it and shit. You know, but they're really, you know, fuck all that setting snares, trying to, you know, get some big game or some small game or get some rabbit. No, just fucking make cricket cages all over the fucking place, and then you'll survive the whole fucking time. I'm sure you won't starve to death at all if you're just fucking eating crickets. Oh man, but you can just eat meat and survive. Imagine that. You know, are they going to do that study to where one group just eats meat and, you know, aka carnivore, and the other group just eats crickets? I wonder how that'll go. I'm sure it'll be fine. Meat-free diets are most prevalent in the 18 to 23 demographic. I wonder why that is. I can't imagine how you got the young folks in line. I wonder, could have been the last 40 years of our nutrition demonizing meat and fat, even though it's probably the healthiest thing to eat. And what's not healthy is all the refined carbs and sugar, and, you know, and combining that with vegetable fats. You know, that's where we went wrong when you look at how fat and unhealthy we are. But, you know, whole foods, you know, I'm not demonizing vegetables. You want some vegetables with your shit, it's not necessarily my cup of tea, but, you know, so be it. But if you're eating meats and fats in their original forms, without all the fucking extra shit injected in their ass, you're probably going to be pretty fucking healthy, you know? Is there enough research in eating crickets to say the same thing? I mean, I gotta wonder, since it's not the norm. It's not what we've done. Crickets are not new, people. We've had access to crickets for a long time. We went to all this trouble to make bread when we had crickets. I don't understand why the fuck we did that. If we could sustain ourselves reliably off crickets, why did we bother turning grass into food for humans? I don't get it. I'm just saying, you know. And those were starving motherfuckers came up with that. You would think they'd have been like, oh, wait, crickets. Oh, we should do that instead of the grass. You know, I tried eating grass. Didn't work out. But, you know, the crickets, you know, you just kill them and eat them. You know, you don't even have to process that shit. Just, good for you. Yeah, it's good. The EU introduced food regulations classifying index as novel food 2 years ago, meaning they were preparing us for this. That's what that means. They had to undergo new safety checks before being approved by the FSA, which I assume that's like the FDA, only in Europe, you know. Oh, this is great. And here we go. Meat-heavy diets risk not only our health, but that of the planet, as livestock farming on a massive scale destroys habitats and generates greenhouse gases. I'm sure those huge monoculture crops sprayed with fucking Monsanto's fucking butt juice really is, I'm sure that has no impact on the planet and environment. Just ask everybody west of the Mississippi how that that's fucking going right now. I'm sure it'll be great. You know, we're saving the planet. Yeah, we're going to save the planet because we're going to wipe out our fucking agriculture and food system with this stupidity. You know, not realizing the cycle of life. The animal shits on the fucking ground. The ground is then fertile. You can grow other shit in there. Then you move the cow over to eat the grass in the next field. You know, that's a sustainable fucking system. Granted, a lot of our fucking meat agriculture is not there because, you know, dollars and shit. But, you know, it's not the cow's fault, all right? It's not the cow's fault. You're blaming the cows for the stupid shit you're doing. All that vegan shit you're doing, that you're going to the fucking coal fucking powered fucking vegan coffee shop to eat your fucking Impossible Burger made from soy picked by slaves in some third world country just to support your fucking virtue that you're saving the fucking planet. You're doing a good job. Have you looked around the planet lately? We're doing great. Ever since we've reduced our meat consumption, which we have a little, slightly, a lot actually. But you know, it is what it is. As long as there's 8 million vegans in the world, we're on the right path. It's just they're a little unhealthy and they need these, you know, B12. They need some of these amino acids they're not getting. So here's our solution. Impossible fucking cricket burgers coming soon to a sustainable fucking vegan diet near you. Oh my God. I can't anymore with this, you know. To be fair, there was a quote in the article that said, we're not trying to force this on children. No, because that's not how they work. They don't force anything. They just take away all the fucking alternatives so that, you know, or they'll offer your vegan fucking day for your children, where one day a week they have to choose between some vegan shit, and part of that vegan shit's gonna be these cricket fucking things that I'm sure they'll package up with all kinds of sugar for your kids to be, you know, addicted to, and they'll be like, oh, this ain't half bad, tastes like a Pop-Tart. Hey, well, that's good, you know. Oh, sorry. I had a good laugh when I read that, and you know, it's sad and it's funny at the same time that this is where we're at, people. Enjoy you some fucking crickets today. But what the fuck do I know? Because I'm not an expert. I'm just an asshole, you know. I want to thank Paul, Amy, and Gloria, who sponsored this video, essentially. And if you like my videos, you want me to make more shit, please like and subscribe. Also, if you want to help fund my video making endeavors, since I'm no longer full-timing in the truck, it's not a requirement. It's just that it incentivizes me to put more effort into my channel. You can head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and leave a virtual tip in the tip jar. But if you're broke because Joe Biden's in office, you can go over and sign up for my free email list. That way I can keep you up to date when my premieres happen, when I do a live stream, whenever I feel like doing that again. Or, you know, let you know and when and where I'm posting content, you know, on the off chance that the Greta Thunbergs of the world win and I'm no longer allowed to talk about eating crickets as being dumb. But, you know, is what it is there. Enjoy your crickets. I'm sure we'll make all kinds of shit from it. You know, all kinds of frankenfoods produced from the carcasses of fucking insects and worms. You know, when's the locust burger? I want to see the locust burger, you know. And the funny thing is these are all things that stand in the way of those monoculture crops. You know, allow me to wear my tinfoil hat here, but logically speaking, these are all insects that they don't want in the fields for the soy and the corn and all of that, you know, monoculture fucking chemically cropped shit, you know. So the solution is, oh, well, instead of just killing these fucking things, let's just make that we know they come when we plant our crops. Well, this time we'll just plant the shit, or we'll use waste products from all these other crops, throw it out there, you know, with fucking, cricket catnip or some shit, and we'll just get them all in there, and then we'll just grab them and feed them to people. Yeah, and then we'll charge them fucking all kinds of money way above the costs that we pay for just throwing our trash in a field so that the crickets, because the soil, we can't grow anything in the soil anymore, so we might as well see if we can just feed the crickets so that then we can feed the crickets to the people. There we go. We're sustaining our fucking lives now. Motherfucker. Have a nice motherfucking day. Oh. I'm gonna go in and get me a Philly cheesesteak now. Because I want to do my part to cause the planet to end, I guess. I'm a bad person. What can I say?